Hi friends, welcome to Geeks for Geeks. This is a video tutorial on how to check if two strings are key anagrams or not. Let's look at the problem statement. Given two strings of lowercase alphabets and a value k, the task is to find if the two strings are key anagrams of each other or not. Two strings are called key anagrams if following two conditions are true. Both have the same number of characters. Two strings can become anagram by changing at most k characters in a string. Let's look at some examples. If the input strings are anagram and grammar, k equal to 3, then output is yes, as we can update maximum 3 values and it can be done in changing only r to n and m to a in string grammar. If the input strings are geeks and eggkf, k equal to 1, then output is no, as we can update or modify only one value, but there is a need of modifying two characters, that is, G and F in string eggkf. Now let's have a look at the solution. We will follow the following three steps. Store the occurrence of both the strings in separate count arrays. Then count the number of different characters in both the strings. Finally, if the count of different characters is less than or equal to k, then return true, else false. Now let's have a look at the implementation. If both the strings are not of equal length, then return false. Define n as string1.length, and if string2.length is not equal to n, return false. We create two count arrays, count1 and count2, to store the count of all the characters in the strings. We traverse through the first string, and for each character, we increment the count in count1 array by count1 string1I minus a plus plus. This way count1 array is filled. Similarly, we fill the count2 array. Then we initialize count as 0. Then we count the number of characters that are different in both the strings. We traverse through the count arrays and check. If count1i is greater than count2i, then increment the count by count is equal to count plus absolute of count1i minus count2i. That is, the count of different characters increases by the difference count1i minus count2i. Finally, return true if count is less than or equal to k. We use single loops for traversal. The complexity of this solution is order n. We can optimize this solution and save some memory. We will use only one count array to store the counts of characters in string 1. We traverse string 2 and decrement the occurrence of every character in count array that is present in string 2. If we find a character that is not there in string 1, we increment the count of different characters. If the count of different character becomes more than k, we return false. Let's see the implementation. If both the strings are not of equal length, then return false. We create a hash string1 array to store the count of all characters in string 1. Then we initialize count as 0. Then we count the number of characters that are different in both the strings. We now traverse string 2 and decrement the count of every character in count array hash string1 that is present in string 2. If we find a character that is not there in string 1, we increment the count. If count of different characters becomes more than k, we return false. Once we exit from the loop, return true if count is less than or equal to k. The time complexity remains order n. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please leave us your likes and comments.